hmm
If you say so, man.
I approve. I won't go into it though. Like you said, we're online as well. Um, so this is the Sandpit, episode 21. Um, on the mic is myself, Tom, Stoba,
Hey, what's up?
and Abe.
Hello, I am the token Mexican.
Man, what exactly does is a token character? It's like the generic version, right? I always forget this.
It's the one character you throw in for representation. It's like it
Oh,
doesn't need to
okay.
be there. You don't give them anything interesting to do, but they're like, hey, it's not a racist show. We have the black guy. We have the
Oh yeah,
Mexican.
it's like South Park
We
with
have
token.
the yeah, exactly.
Dude, I always thought it was the toking Mexican. Like you're always smoking a joint.
Oh man, it's still
Maybe in the past. Maybe in the past.
that something going on too. Weed is now what Schedule 3 instead of Schedule 1.
Holy shit! Did Trump do something
Yes,
positive for once?
I mean he's scrambling, man. I mean
Rare
there's
W. Rare
something.
W.
If we get a chance to talk about is the Epstein files were all supposed to be released today, but the House decided to close early so they could do Christmas. So they,
Great timing. Yeah.
oh yeah, and like apparently there's still, they're gonna release a chunk of it, but there's still, I think they said they're gonna release like 100,000 more pages, but there's
What?
still like 500,000, like something crazy like that.
How many fucking pages are there?
I
What the
mean,
fuck?
now that I'm seeing more of it, I'm realizing some of these quote unquote pages are probably just those photographs. So I know that they used to take lots of photographs to make sure that they had proof that the person was with the person, so they can scam them in the future or blackmail them in the future, whatever. Um, so that maybe that's what it is. Is they're just lots of
I
photos.
saw some photos. I saw some photos. Mostly it was what, like a lot of Clinton,
hmm
some Mick Jagger,
Bill Gates.
and was it Chris Tucker?
Oh man, I didn't see the Chris Tucker. I think I no, I didn't see the Chris Tucker one.
Saw a few of those. It's very sad. I love
Yeah,
Rush Hour.
that one is sad. Not Chris Tucker. You can't have anything good.
No, Chris Tucker, amazing. Rush Hour, fantastic. Fifth
hmm
Element, fantastic.
hmm
Love that guy.
He loves them some young. He loves them young. Um. So and also there is Maxwell, the assistant or whatever, the girlfriend. She's now asking for a full pardon, but just to be like basically to be released because that she's not. It's like a pardon. She was had nothing to do with it or whatever. Uh,
Yeah.
so they're scrambling, man. I'm surprised they didn't just outright delegalize marijuana. Um, I was wondering when it would hit, but it was coming.
I mean,
Schedule.
making that shit Schedule 3 is like huge. That's so good.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it? It makes it to where what doctor can prescribe it to you. It's not
Yeah,
like over the counter.
I didn't even know that. I knew Schedule 1 was like there's absolutely no medical or scientific use for this drug. And I can't
Oh,
believe it was that for so long.
yeah. Yeah, that's right. Schedule 3 is that it's there's it saying that there is a medical use for it. Um, that it's not as addictive as the higher stuff like pain pills and shit like that. Um,
It's absurd it
Right.
took that long.
yeah.
Yeah. So with the schedule system, the lower the number, the more abuse potential.
Yes,
And
that's yeah.
the schedule one is like no medical value, like you said.
Yeah.
For example, meth is Schedule 2.
There's a use for meth,
Yeah.
Yes, there is. You can get
especially if you're in the
prescription,
military.
or if you're obese, or they even give it for narcolepsy, I believe.
Yeah, really.
Hmm.
I know, like weed, people have been using weed forever for so much shit, right? Like nausea, being able to eat, anxiety, all kinds of stuff.
Glaucoma, all that. Yeah.
Seizures too.
Yeah. Um. So yeah, there's all that stuff going on right now. Uh, but we'll stay away from it. Um.
I'd just like to say a shout out real quick to President Trump. Hell yeah, rare W for the guy. Love to see it. Maybe we'll get some more.
Yeah, it it'd be very funny if like I'm very surprised. I feel like it's reaching to a point where he's gonna come out and be like, okay, this is everything I have about aliens. Can you guys just ignore the list?
Hell yeah, that'd be great too. Let's
um,
get some of that.
this scramble is fun to watch. Um,
Maybe he'll become like a trans activist next. That'd be awesome.
yeah, he just flips on everything.
100%. Just
It's so
100%
funny.
twisted in the wind. Like, please don't pay attention.
Um, so
So,
there's go for it.
so more morally though, like, what do you do with that? Like, say he does start coming around and making some decent decisions. Do you then start to be like, well, yeah, he probably did some shit to some kids, but hey,
No.
he's fighting, running shit good, or do you wait? Do you wait? Let him do a couple more things, and then be like, all right, now, no, we're still gonna, you need to pay for this, but thanks, you got a couple extra
Look, man,
months of
if he
freedom.
can turn the ICE thing around, I can
Oh,
100% say, hey, that's my president up until the next vote comes up, and then we throw that motherfucker to the wolves.
So for me, I believe what Stoba just said is 100% politically the right thing to do, basically. Um, he, he he's in office. It's that simple.
Yeah, we're stuck with this
We're
motherfucker.
supposed to support our president as best as we can. And if we feel that there is something wrong, we impeach. There's processes that we as a country have to go through. Um, So Stoba's right. I mean, yeah, we go, okay, yes, I agree with that, or no, I don't agree with that. Get him the fuck out once its time's up. Um, for me, no. I've witnessed so much of what Trump has done. I don't give a fuck what good he does. He could cure cancer, and I still would assume that he deserves to not go through a lot of bad stuff without saying it to in a weird, you know, saying it in a bad way. Um, there's a lot of people out there that I feel like that has to happen at some point. Well, they try so hard to cover up, um, and they do. They try so hard to present this facade, and they do well, and they do help people out. They do make jobs and things of that nature. But at the end of the day, when they're rotting in the ground, they're going to rot just like everybody else, and they deserve to rot just like everybody else.
Very strong opinion.
I know it's been a week. uh,
Just a week, huh?
yeah, yeah. No, it's actually been a pretty good week for the most. I mean, there's certain things that have happened, but um, I I'm in a certain zone right now mentally. Um,
Yeah,
and
me too, brother.
yeah. I want to ask you about that in a minute and see if you're up for it. Um, but Anyways, a few things I want to talk about tonight. One was Three Eye Atlas. I've seen nothing about it until more recently. Um, because
I heard
it's
that bitch was speeding up.
yes. Last I heard, it was speeding up, and its course that it was taking was drastically changed from what was predicted.
Really?
There was yeah, and then there was another more recent anomaly that again is like 1 billionth of a chance for it to happen. Um, and so there's the whole back and forth from everybody. Some people are trying to say that it's part of an exploded moon, and that's why it's so different than just a normal rock. Um, a lot of different things. A few things, though, too, is the NASA came out and said the reason why they were able to get good photos of it was the satellites that were closest to it just weren't working, weren't responding while it was in range to be viewed. Um, another thing is Space Force uh, just like sent out I think 24 drones or something into space. I gotta look
What the
this up.
fuck?
Yeah. In prep or no 24 hours before. I'm sorry. Yeah, I believe that's what it was. 24 hours before 3 Atlas was approaching like the nearest point, they've scrambled drones out into the space closest to it or heading towards it or
We
something.
got space drones?
But dude, we have planetary defense system that they activated when that when 3 Atlas was on the other side of the sun.
Jesus.
It's it's interesting everything that's going on with it. Um,
Incredible, man.
I thought I'll be really I thought I had already left the area. Um, but yeah, I thought that was neat. Kind of want to update you guys on that. Um, before we jump back into what we were talking about, let me just make sure I'm not forgetting anything. Oh yes, there's this. Okay. Um,
What you got?
remember when we were talking about the thing that brought the sample back from Bennu, the comet, or the
Yeah,
asteroid?
yeah, yeah, yeah. They smashed it into it, and they got so much shit it jammed the door on the thing, and it took them
Yes.
months to get the samples out
So
without
they
contaminating them.
they were able to identify ribose used in
Ribose? That's like
yes,
a sugar
Oh
thing,
yeah,
right?
yes, yeah,
that's RNA
yes,
or what they need to make RNA or whatever.
Oh shit.
yeah, yeah, um, yeah, a glucose, a major source of life. It very interesting, very uh, points that there's no way in hell we're not doing fucking things out here. Um,
Hope not.
yeah. Uh,
Right. Well, speaking on that though,
mhm.
there is the theory that intelligence is such a bad evolutionary survival trait that they think that the reason why, that yes, there's a bunch of life, but a lot of it never evolves intelligence to the point that we do because it's so self-destructive at the end of everything.
Hmm.
So it's
Yeah, I get that. There's like at a certain point they just wipe themselves out, right? Or are you saying that?
exactly
Okay. I also think of the theory of just we're the only, well, not the only ones. We're the more adapt to explore space than other beings, and that there's a lot of beings out there that's not able to or even care to look at the stars. Um, the amount of the impossibilities that are out there is amazing. Uh, Speaking of space, did you know about the void? About that's in fuck, I forgot what it's called. The
What you got
celestial void. God, I'll look it up. I'm gonna save it for next
is
time.
I remember there's the Booties void.
I think that might be it.
Okay,
Where there's it's just all black out. It's all black with thousands of galaxies around it, right?
maybe.
I'll look it up. I'll save that. Uh, Stowa, do you want to tell us a story of what you've heard tonight, or you want to save it or not talk about it?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Cool. There we go.
You gotta refresh my memory.
With your sister.
Oh, dude, that story. Yeah. My sister, she was stressed out. She left the house. We had like a big argument. She left the house and she went to like one of the local like little boat ramps by a creek near our house, like
Yeah.
10 minutes away. And I was happy to see her go. It was fine, right? And she came home and she was freaked the fuck out from the driveway. She texted me. She was like, I'm freaked out. Come outside. Help, help, help. And she was like, I fucking experienced something. I don't even know what it was. She told me this story about how she was like sitting at the boat ramp. She parked. She walked out onto the ramp. It was like just past sunset, and she was totally by herself. Nobody else is ever there. It's a really rural fucking boat ramp in just a creek. And she heard this huge splash, like 100 yards to the left, like by a bridge.
Mm-hmm.
And she was like, ah, it's probably a teenager throwing some shit off the bridge, a big brick or something. And like a minute later, she heard another huge splash in the creek, like a little bit closer. And like every minute, she heard another splash that got closer and closer and closer until there was another huge splash, like right in front of her.
Mm-hmm.
And then she started getting freaked out because she could see it. And then finally, there was another huge splash just to her right. And she said she felt this horrible fear that was like being projected into her, where it was like almost like a telepathic, like, you should leave, you're not supposed to be here,
Mm-hmm.
it's dark, like, you're not supposed to be here. And so she was like compelled to like leave and go back to her car.
Oh wow.
And so she's like freaked out. She like leaves, she goes back to her car. She hears like another rock like fucking land in the gravel next to her. She's like, I don't know what the fuck is going on. She's a little freaked out by now. She
Mm-hmm.
gets in the car. She's freaked out. She drives home. She's freaked out. You know, she texts me. I come out. And it's just such a classical Bigfoot sighting, right? Like all the symptoms, like
I
thrown rocks, big
yeah.
splashes,
Yes.
all that shit. She also said she saw lights in the sky, like 6 white lights
Oh
that were
shit.
like cohesive and in the shape of like a big oval. And they were stationary for a long time, like even before she heard any of those splashes that freaked her out. And that once she went back to her car, the lights started moving, like
Mm.
overhead. So it was like there's so many. When she was telling me about this, I'm like, these are so many cohesive, like Bigfoot sighting phenomenon that people
Yeah.
have, you know?
Yeah.
Like the thrown rocks, the splashes in the water, like
Well, the,
those are super, super classical.
I was just saying also, there's some out there that like that not telepathic, but that sense of you should leave being
Yeah.
projected into them. Yeah.
That was what freaked her out more than anything. She was like, it was right in my solar plexus, right in like the center of me, like this horrible feeling like I wasn't supposed to be there and I had to leave.
Mm-hmm.
So that was really fun. It's been a fun night. It
I
happened just tonight.
Yeah.
Fucking wild.
Fucking wild, man.
But yeah, she didn't see a Bigfoot or anything,
No,
but
but
she heard like a series of splashes, like 5 splashes over 5 minutes that just got closer and closer. And like we tried to rule out like all the things it could be, right?
hmm
Like an alligator or a beaver or like teenagers throwing rocks. And it's like they were really big splashes, and our best guess is they were rocks that were thrown and
hmm
not just like tossed into the air and let to drop on themselves, but like hurled down with a super fucking force. Like super hard, thrown straight down into the water.
yeah, yeah, like something was jumping into the water almost. It sounds like.
Like almost like a bullet being shot into the water.
Oh wow.
Like a crazy amount of force.
Yeah.
Not just like a boulder getting tossed. And it was just weird. It was very weird having to come
Yeah.
home with that story.
Yeah. And like you said, there's similarities to other Bigfoot um,
Yeah,
claims are
and
very
with
similar.
weird lights in the sky that she couldn't explain,
That
like
as
lights that
well.
were stationary for like 15 minutes and then started moving once she got up to leave. They started moving overhead. That freaked her out too.
Yeah. I
And
re-
I know like David Paulides had just released that movie like last year. The UFO and Bigfoot connection. So like
the
that was fresh in my mind.
the disclosure is that no.
Different
Okay.
thing. That's what Steven Spielberg. He's got that coming out soon, right? I saw the trailer for that.
There's something on Netflix I think too. I haven't seen the trailer for that disclosure.
It's interesting. I mean,
Check.
Steven Spielberg isn't going to do anything half-assed.
No, yeah. I remember Fire in the Sky, is that what I'm thinking of? No.
You're probably thinking of Close Encounters. Was that
Yes,
Spielberg?
Close Encounters.
Fire in the Sky
Either
was a
way.
great movie too, though.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah,
Scared the
that one
shit
was
out of me.
like based on that book, right? That the guy wrote about his own personal
Yeah,
experience or
yeah. It was
whatever.
like Travis
Yeah,
Walton, I think.
yeah.
Travis something.
Very interesting. Um, Thank you for sharing. I appreciate it, man.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's
Uh,
a crazy night.
it's been a crazy, yeah, it's a crazy night. That is fucking wild. Um, we're going to go back to what we were talking about last podcast, which is how I met you two. Covered last time, Stowe and myself. Very lightly covered Abe and me. Um, so I think how I'll go into this is I'm going to let Abe steer the ship and tell me about his journey into how we met.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. All right. So picture this, right? I am a very socially awkward 12, 13-year-old, right?
Mhm.
Right?
Uh, in school, feeling the whole alienation, looking around me, seeing myself surrounded by mostly very, well, I can't say dumb, but kids that had not developed maturity as quickly as I had,
Mhm.
or at least that their interests differed, what where they were in life was just different than I was, right? So I go online, I figure out, oh well, shit, there's people I could connect with online that I could actually have conversations with,
Yeah.
and lo and behold, I end up in this IRC channel, and yeah, the rest is history, and it's quite interesting history. Tom was a moderator there, or operator, I guess they call them, and over time we eventually started talking, and then he introduced me to Gunbound. Then he introduced me to Ragnarok Online, and and met some of the people he would play these games with, and so on and so forth. And yeah, and ever since that, besides a few bumps in the road, here we are.
Very nice. That's That's pretty good. I like that. Thank you.
All roads lead back to Gunbound.
Now here's the thing. It was very, very early Gunbound. I think
This is beta.
I think yeah, I think it was beta. I think it was beta. And Ragnarok
wow.
was the Korean beta.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
this was very early.
Man,
Yep.
this was pre Thor's hammer.
Oh yeah.
Dude,
Oh
yeah.
yeah, way before that. That was the big
Amazing.
new update. I was like, oh wow, this is crazy.
Yeah, I didn't even get into Gunbound until Thor's hammer.
They had this one map that they got rid of for some reason and they never brought back. Remember, Tom?
Yeah, the private server re-added it. I remember.
Ooh.
Yeah, I remember just playing it once, and I was like, "What? Where did this come from?" Because I'd been so long. But it was like the was it the one with the thin lines? Oh fuck!
That
Some were
one.
really good Bungie maps, man.
So the thin line one actually they did add into the official one again, but no, it was this I guess purple map or something. So the basic layout was it was like mushroom themed, like you were on a big mushroom on either side. I think it was the map where remember like hey Tom, if I fall, will I
Oh
die?
my god, yes, I know what you're talking about. Four mushrooms.
It was that map.
Four
Yes,
mushrooms, and
yes,
you
it was
were
that map.
yes, you were. Somebody always got placed in between two people, and I think that's why they got rid of it is because it just get so unbalanced.
I liked it though. It was
It
fun.
was fun. It was
It was a
fun.
good one.
That was
Yeah, in any 2v2 mode, there was always one person who went last, and they could always die before they even got a turn.
and
It
that's
was so fucked.
it was. So Abe and me we entered in a tournament with our friends that were running it or whatever, uh, and that's the map we got when we did it.
Mm-hmm.
And Abe got just absolutely fucked placed.
Well,
Yeah.
But at a certain point, he's on a little pixel, and that's when he goes, "Tom, if I move, will I die?" Because I'd been playing it a little bit more than him, um,
yeah.
and I said yes, or I said no, you won't die, or
No,
you will
he
be
said no.
fine. Yeah, and then he just fell to his death. I was like, "Oh, son
Yeah.
of a bitch!"
Yeah,
I
because
remember.
there's land underneath, but I was like, I'm not sure if I jump, if I go on the land
Yes,
or in the hole. And I went in the hole.
Oh, that's tough. Were you playing score or solo or what?
I think
I think
score.
it was
Because score would let you
no,
respawn in like
Oh
4
no, no
turns, but
respawn.
like solo was
no,
No,
like 1 life and that's it.
no.
yeah, solo. I think that's
Yeah,
what
Damn.
we play. That's what we exclusively played.
I liked
yeah,
score a lot because then you at least had to like coordinate to get 2 kills together.
We liked
yeah,
solo because we could just kind of go through it. That makes
yeah.
sense.
And mind you, this was during the beta, so like the expert
Oh yeah,
boomer users and all that
Hmm.
wasn't
there weren't
really a
that
thing
many.
yet. Right. So it was actually you could actually play a game and at least get one turn in, you
Yeah.
know?
I got pretty deep in. I had a homie who was a knack user, and knack was like very meta. And I was what did I play? I was a Bigfoot player, which was like totally off meta, like total noob tank. Nobody respected Bigfoot players at all. But I could dig holes for knack to like crawl into and attack people from beneath the ground.
Yeah.
And it was crazy synergy. And some tanks couldn't deal any damage to shit that was below ground, like
Hmm. Lightning,
like lightning or a Duca. Like it was
Yeah.
pathetic at what they could do.
mage.
So we had a lot of tactics we could deploy. Like if we called ourselves like a little behind the 8 ball or something, we pulled out a lot of wins. It was very fun.
It was a good game. And there was that
Yeah, I loved it.
one map where the in the background the mage has Jesus on him.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
I remember that, dude.
It's,
Yeah, that's
it's
wild.
good. Good. Yes. Good shit. Um. So I think that was a quick synapse of how Abe and me met. I'm gonna go a
Mhm.
little bit more deeper into it. For me,
Okay.
for me, um, it was I was not going anywhere. Same as Abe. I was looking for somebody to talk to. You know, I mean, online. I knew a friend who told me about this site to go to chat with him, and we tried to plan it out, but he never showed up. So I started exploring those chat rooms until I stumbled upon a certain one. Um,
Oh, jeez.
and in there, I made a lot of close friends. Um, and because I spent so much time there, since at the time I wasn't going to school and doing pretty much nothing with my life, um, over time they made me a moderator or operator. Um, I also did some work for the site, not much. At a certain point, I was like, I'm not getting paid. I'm just doing this for because I enjoy the site. Uh, so I stopped. Um, but there's so many unique and amazing people that were at that place, at that chat room. I remember when Abe showed up and I started talking to him a little bit, but uh, I didn't really have much to talk about. And then I believe a mutual friend of ours uh, who collected photographs of dicks and put it on her site
Oh
uh,
my God.
met Abe there in that place.
She sounds like a predator. Honestly. What the fuck,
Mm,
dude?
she
So
go for it.
she wasn't. She wasn't. No, that site did have some predators, but she wasn't one of them. She was just,
Oh, she
you
was one of
know,
the wholesome.
No,
Just a
yeah, she,
wholesome dick
Abe,
collector.
Abe, I'm gonna be straight with you. Yes, she
uh-huh.
was.
Oh,
Um,
okay.
and I,
Never mind that.
and to be real with you, I love her to death. She's an amazing person. We have the same birthday. I always want to reach out to her because it, it that sh the connection that we had in the past. She was, just a good friend. But back then, yeah, she was not somebody you want to have any boy talk to.
Dude, if you're on a platform that hosts largely like teens and
Mm-hmm.
preteens, and you come out as like, I'm the dick pic collector. I host a website. Send me your
Mm-hmm.
fucking pics. Like you're absolutely a fucking predator. Like
Yes.
maybe you consider yourself an opportunist, but the rest of the world is gonna think of you as a fucking predator.
I remember her telling me it was her collecting boys. Um, Now at the time I think I was maybe 17, 18. She was too. But still,
Yeah.
what to put the icing on the cake with that? Uh, Abe at the time was 13, I believe, and she
Yeah,
gave she got a picture from him as well and placed that on
of
the
course.
site.
Christ.
Hmm.
Above the photo of my face, I believe it
Yes.
was. Uh,
Yep. Yep.
Oh
is
my
Yep.
yeah,
god. You two
I remember that.
fucks.
and that's around the
Yep.
time that Abe and me start talking because you know me, I make light of whatever I can. I thought it was funny. I also didn't know he was
Yeah.
that young when she did that. I, I think when I found out, I asked her about it, and I was like, somebody's gonna find that site.
For real. Yeah.
um,
I don't think they did, but
no, no, yeah, the hosting site because her and me both used the same hosting site at the time. It was called Homestead. I think that place got shut down at some point, or
Well, that was like
rebranded.
the fucking wild west of
Oh
like the
yeah,
internet days, dude.
GeoCities and bullshit. Yeah.
You could do whatever the fuck you
Hmm.
want. The cops didn't know what the fuck was going on. There was
No.
no policing of that shit
Yeah.
whatsoever. I remember I got into online gaming. What really got me was Unreal Tournament, 2003, I think. And I was in a clan there at like, I was like a teenager or something. I forget, like 16, 17. And I was a moderator on our
Hmm.
forums, and the only thing I ever had to do was like delete hentai pics that people would post
Oh man.
because it was full of fucking
Yeah.
weird teenagers. That's all I had to deal with.
So I when I became a moderator there, I had to deal with a lot of that. A lot of that. Um, but except with it being stuff posted, it was more actively watching somebody talk somebody into doing nefarious shit with them, um, and
Yeah.
having to.
That sounds a little more serious, yeah.
You know what? Look,
So
go for it.
so I mean, yes, the issue though was at the time even the site owner, and by de facto the chat owner was one of the people talking young girls into nefarious shit.
Yeah.
I remember a
Oh,
12-year-old girl uh got moderator status
Hmm.
for showing ass on camera.
oh my god. For the record, I had
Yes,
nothing
that,
to do with this shit. I didn't even know what you fuckers were getting up to. I had no
right.
part to play in the shit. All
It was
right.
sad. It was sad.
Deadly Breed was a wholesome Unreal
I.
Tournament 2003 clan. We were very honorable. We didn't cheat. Nobody posted nudes.
They support what we talk about. Um, I'll say this too. Like this that dude was wild as fuck. I remember when they started leaning more into photos on the site, and the stuff being, I mean, legal age, but nude, no, more nude. Around the time I believe he started getting more money from the porn ads that he had on the site. Um, and I remember him posting stuff from that a photo shoot they did, and him being nude, and seeing how small, not dick was, but small in stature he was.
What the fuck were you guys getting into? What the fuck
The
was even this site?
the site I will not list, I will not say. I will say that if somebody is smart enough to use context clues throughout the podcast that we've talked about, you could probably figure it out.
I
Um,
don't want to.
no,
I really don't.
I imagine the site's probably still up, but anyways,
This
It's
sounds like
it's
the most illegal shit. This sounds so
so
fucking immoral and horrible. What the fuck?
so last I checked, the site is up, but it's just a storefront now that
I'd hope
sells
so. I'd hope it's
items.
fucking barren and
I
doesn't have
bet.
any of
I
that
bet it's
old
just
shit
passive income
you
for him
fuckers are
now.
talking about.
I wonder how he's
Hmm.
doing, that crazy motherfucker. He
Good lord.
he when he got me to work for him or do a little work for him, it wasn't that much. All I was doing was processing photos of people that people would submit and get it ready for the site. But he set me up with Photoshop, pirated Photoshop, told me how to go through all that, um, taught me how to use an FTP, um, a lot of computer stuff that at that time I had no idea what the fuck I was doing.
Dude, I did third party computer repair for a meth dealer one time, and you guys make me sound like I'm fucking Puritan Christian. What the fuck,
the
man?
the things. So the reason I want to talk about it is because that's how Abe and me met. We started chatting. I asked him what he's into. It's when we started talking about video games and other stuff. Um, and then we played Gunbound, RO, and just kept going. Um, Again, Abe is an amazing person, and he is the keeper of secrets. Um, he's probably seen more than what I have, I would say. I would say I've probably seen more illegal stuff happen. Um,
Yeah.
Well, to be fair, almost all of the illegal things that were happening were that I was a part of was on the other person's side. Meaning,
that's rough.
here's me, 13, 14, 15, as the years go up,
Hmm.
Right.
and here's these 30 something year old women. And I mean, I wasn't complaining at the time, obviously, like any
Oh,
attention at that age,
they
especially.
loved Abe. He looked like they said that he looked like an elf girl at the time because he had long hair. Um, they loved the fuck out of Abe. It was insane. Sorry to interrupt. Continue.
No, it's fine. But again, I mean, I remember scenarios where like literally I was closer to age to their kids than to them, like literally a few
Yes.
years. Uh, Again, this is all mainly cam stuff, so I mean, take it as you will. But yeah, I was young at the time. What can I say? I've grown since then. But I mean, shit, you have this attractive 29-year-old whatever giving you attention when you're like 15. Of course, you're gonna love it, right?
Yeah. I mean, mostly,
So.
I would imagine.
Mhm,
And like we've talked about in the past with men, all a woman has to do is smile, and we're like, okay, what's going on? Let's talk. Let's talk. Let's talk. So
mhm.
to have a very large amount of women to immediately grasp onto you as soon as you enter a chat room. I mean, that is an attention that so many people seek, but don't realize how bad it actually can be for.
Yeah, it's like a superpower, honestly.
Mhm.
Yeah, Abe was fucking loved. It was wild. Um, I mean, he still is. He's loved just in a different way. Uh,
I love him.
Mhm.
I know. I love Abe so much. He's an amazing person. Um,
Well, I love you guys.
Oh, thanks, man.
Yeah. So that's the whole that there's that side of it. If just with my experience in that place, I can say easily that women are as perverted, if not worse, than most men. They just get away with it, or they don't really have to. And the fact that I never spilled secrets means that I got a lot more details
mm,
about these individuals and their preferences and like all the
Oh,
what gets them off, their fetishes, all that. So yeah, so
and
yeah.
you got this at what age?
It
mm,
started at 13, but of course I aged as the
Ah,
years go by, so do I. But yeah, it was mainly my teens, a little bit in my early 20s
I was just
before
gonna say,
things started to
between 13 to 24.
ish. Yeah,
Yeah.
hey, I think that makes you a victim.
possibly, possibly.
And
Yeah.
yes, yeah. Um, it really, in a sense, does. Uh,
So so I just want to throw this out too. So that's one aspect, right, of
hmm
that place. The other place was, obviously it's a close knit community, especially in the chat. So when the website starts getting more popular, and random people start going on there and they start going in the chat room, that everyone gets trolled, right? Everyone gets
hmm
like, there's shit talk, about them. And then if they withstand it, they become part of the community or whatever. But there was an occasion when someone went on there, they got they got trolled, and one of the operators banned them. And the next day, they committed a school shooting.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah, yeah.
Uh, uh,
No. the only person that died in that school shooting was the shooter themselves. They only wounded two other kids, luckily, that no one else died. But yeah, that
Yeah.
happened.
Hey. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
There was. I love how Abe put that's one side of it, and now there's a school shooting that we're going to talk about.
Just all of a sudden. Yeah.
Yes.
um,
So there was of course more violent crimes associated
yes,
with that
yeah,
website,
yeah.
but just that's the one that was involved with the chat at all.
So,
Now it didn't come out in the news, but like we knew what happened, and
yeah,
we talked a lot of shit to that operator, and I think they took it really badly.
yeah. Good shit, man. Not
Yeah.
good shit.
Sounds great.
This is-
What a fond memory to recall with our
so
friends.
this is
That
that's
that's
again
that's
one side, another side of it. I'll tell you guys about another side of it is like a little bit of what Abe said. The close knit community. Um, the it is where I have met some of the most amazing people I've ever met. Most talented, most creative. I still talk to, besides Abe, I want to say one other person who actually recently reached out to me, and I'm so happy she did. She's an amazing, amazing person. Um, the ability to find those people is so rare. I think wherever you go, but to have to shift through that hot mess of wild, wild, wild west of chat rooms back in the day, um,
Yeah.
is still a good side and a good outcome, at least for me. I think I feel like I learned a lot going through that shit. And
yeah.
I was gonna say Abe is extremely good at keeping secrets and holding on to them, and I'm not. Um, I'm trying my best to not say certain stories, but um, if you can imagine it, it was talked about to me by somebody, um, in some way or some form, in private. I think in the main chat room, most people didn't. At first, they didn't really do much. I mean, this was just like Abe said, trolling and goofing off, and not always. And I was a night owl, so I would come in at 2 a.m. and there'd be the operators doing stuff with other people, and I remember just being like, man, I don't want to deal with this today. Um, I wonder if I wonder how much that molded me. I can only imagine how much it's influenced myself or Abe. But anyways,
Well,
go for it.
here's the thing too. For as wild as some of the things that went on there were, you just have to realize that a lot of these people, their real lives were just at that level as well.
Mm,
Like there was definitely some very, harsh trauma or whatever that was going on with some
yes.
of these lives. Like, for example, and this was again very, very much in the public chat room. We knew this at the time, 11-year-old girl that was doing meth,
Yeah, I
you know?
Jesus
remember that thing.
Christ.
Um,
So it's like, that's one example. Like, and of course, there's a lot of other tragic things. And I think for a lot of us, at least those that weren't, really necessarily there being like perpetrators or predators or anything. For most of us, we were just there because we were either very damaged people and we found a home, we found a community, or
Yes.
we were safe people that saw these very special people that were very hurt and wanted to be there and be there for them as best we could.
Yeah. I agree with that. Um,
God, that was just a crazy era, man. You think those communities like still exist in this day and age?
yeah, I do. I think
Uh yes and no. I mean, I know that that specific feeling or that specific community, it doesn't exist really anymore. But I know that there are communities that are their own version of that still.
hmm
Like I am currently part of a community where uh it's very close knit, um, and it's you know so again very special people. There, there's some tragedy there, a lot of ODs, etc. But it's very much keeps that feeling that other place gave me.
yeah, I get that. Um, Man, speaking of the trauma some of those people went through, it made me think of one of the ladies uh, telling me about how her stepfather abused her, uh, and how one day she was like, I saw. She said, I read that you could take an icicle and stab somebody with it if it's sharp enough, and they'll melt away, and they won't be able to figure out it's me. She's like, do you think I could do that to my stepfather? And me be like, I don't. We're in Texas. There's no way. you know. Um,
Eesh.
Amazing, tragic people. Amazing music. I learned. Abe learned
Oh
so.
yeah,
Oh my God. I've been listening to
yeah.
Rasputina lately a lot. Um, I forgot about how good that shit was. Um, but yeah, that's how Abe and me met. That's our journey of going through a lot of weird shit. There's definitely some people out there that when they said that they're pregnant and have a kid, I was like, maybe you shouldn't. But you know
Eesh.
what? They're still out there and they're doing amazing. Last time I checked.
Hmm.
Those were the Wild West days, man. Early 2000s.
That I feel like there was certain paths you could take back then. It was like play RuneScape, or games like that with a group of people, or go chat rooms, or forums, pretty much. And I wonder if we had picked different media to communicate with other people, how it would have changed if I had stumbled upon like something awful or something like that.
Oh, dude, I wonder about this all the time. Like specifically, I remember the first couple of MMOs I chose. When you go to make your character and it's like choose a server. It's a
hmm
completely arbitrary choice. You don't know what server you're choosing, but you know that the choice you make is going to drastically alter like the course of your friendships and life, dude.
Yes.
Just like the WoW server I picked. If I hadn't picked the server I picked, would I have ever met you? Would I have ever met like so many of my long-term friends? Friends that I've like gone to their weddings and shit?
hmm
Like it's amazing how much one arbitrary choice can affect the rest of your fucking life.
So
Yeah. Now, so this is where I like to employ the thought that, I think we all end up where we should be, or at least for the
hmm
most part. I know that you can't say that for everyone, but more often than not, I think things work out as they need to work out. You know,
yeah,
it's
yeah.
sort of that, not sort of like I'm not saying like, whatever. or rather, you might end up somewhere and you feel like, oh, this isn't the right fit for me. I shouldn't be here, versus like, oh, this is where I belong. Like you yourself know and feel it
Yeah,
and self correct.
Yes. Yeah. No, I agree. I mean, and some of the stuff we talked about before with the crushing weight of destiny and things of that nature. Um, I agree. We take the path that we are meant to take. Um, I'm starting to be more accepting of that, and it's not too bad. Um, Fighting destiny leads to a hard path that you can get through and go down a different path, but man, you do not belong in that path. Destiny is there to try to guide you to your correct path. I feel like.
I'd hope so, man. Like I truly don't know how different my life would be if I'd just chosen a different WoW server to start on. Like if I hadn't started on Agrimar and fell in with the BlackRock PvP crew, how different would like my very personality be? Those were such formative years for me. My late teen years, early 20s. Like hell, I have no idea. I might be a totally different fucking person. I might be a fucking married man now
Yeah,
if I chose a different server to be on.
maybe you
Who
won't
fucking knows,
have
dude?
traumatized people to have nightmares that you're out to
Oh,
get them.
oh, they had it coming, man. They deserved it.
She did. I remember that bitch. She did. Um,
Thanks for having my back, man.
you're
Thank you.
welcome. Fuck that bitch. Fuck that crazy ass bitch.
I wish her nothing but the best.
I don't. I don't give a fuck about her. But that's how I am about a vast majority of humans in general. Um, I'm sure she's fine. Whatever. One day she'll be rotting on the ground like the rest of us. Anyways,
Might already be there. Who knows?
yeah, you
I
never know.
haven't kept touch in a long time.
Oh
I
wow.
just remember logging on that day and uh our guild master private messaged me and said, "Hey, are you leaving?" And I was like, "What? Why?" And me panicking because I had just recently joined, and I thought I did something bad that made everybody want me to quit, want me to quit, or I wasn't doing enough DPS or whatever. And he was like, "Well, so and so left, and they said that you agreed with them on blah blah blah, and that you want to leave too."
Little did you know you'd chosen sides in a civil war.
Yeah, yeah, and I was like, I had never talked to her about that. What the fuck is she? I have no idea. Crazy ass shit.
Yeah, that happened to me more than once. Logged in to find out there's like a civil war going on.
Oh my god.
And I've been recruited to a side that I didn't know I'd been recruited to.
In Final Fantasy, I remember, I think both of us logged into that. Uh,
Just future advice for anybody out there listening: don't just pretend to be a pediatric hematologist. It'll get you into more trouble than you're asking for.
Oh,
whoop, rolling down to the end. Thank you both for being here. I'm glad we got a chance to do it. Sorry, we had to delay it.
Always fun.
Um,
yeah. Likewise. Thank you. Thank you for being here.
Thank you, man. Thank you, guys. Um, Abe, what's the what's one of the things that you stumbled upon while going through that chat, where you're like, I was not expecting this.
Honestly, the amount of female predators that actually exist, I
Yeah,
I did not expect that because you always hear about the male predators. You never hear about the female ones.
yeah, they get on the
Yeah, there's
spotlight.
a lot. I
Hmm.
I remember.
And they get away with it.
Yeah, I mean, when you're young,
For the most part.
guy, you're trained to think that that's you're doing good even though you're being traumatized.
Yeah.
And there's a show on Hulu or Disney Plus, I think. Teacher, watch it. Talks about it. It's very